Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Has someone checked? Does it sound right? Is that has someone checked that? Can someone confirm whether or not the mic sounds right? Boy or girl? If anyone could just let me know. Mr. Black in the chat says it sound right. Boy, okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
Good evening, TP. How are you? How was your weekend? Looking forward to the stream. Hope you are having a good day.
Thank you to hello Mouse, hello Fluffer Roths for subscribing for 37 months. It's a good username, and it's a good thing to do as well to subscribe for that long. Thank you very much, Fluffy Ruffs. Thank you also to Stephen Skodes. How was your weekend? Looking forward to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. I had a great weekend. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for the bits. And we've also got what was I was going to say something. Yeah, Jax Delcari says somehow forgot there was a stream today. There's a stream every day, Jax. There's a stream every single day. Well, every working day. Maybe you thought it was a weekend. In which case I feel very sorry for you. No one likes to wake up thinking it's a Sunday and then realizing it's a Monday. That's real sad. Sad news. Stuart, yeah, says a voice that could melt butter. I'd say it's working. Oh, do stop. I mean, a voice that could melt butter. A lot of things can melt butter. Just sort of air, just room temperature can melt butter over time. Although no, butter, if proper butter doesn't melt at room temperature, that's the whole thing. People keep it in the fridge, and then when they come to try and spread it on their bread, it won't go. You have to leave it in a little dish. You have to have a pat of butter. I believe a pat is the quantity. Is that right, or is it something that sounds like? I'm gonna have to Google this now. A pat of butter. Yes, a pat of butter is a term used to refer to a small dollop of butter that is ornamentally shaped and placed on a table. There you go, a pat of butter. Pat. Patrick, if you don't know him as personally as I do, but you know, or Patricia of butter. A voice that could melt ice eventually, says Mr. Black. Yeah, that'll do. I like that. Rum does strange things to me, says Jax Delcari. Well, I hope the rum is getting you through whatever day of the week you think it is today. Yeah. Stephen Skodas has gifted 2 subs as well, taking him up to 493 gift subs to the channel. That's close to 500. They've gone to Arb Trenchard and Manta Ray Tiger. I know that one. 493, Stephen. That's bonkers. And very close to halfway to 1,000. It's only a matter of time before people start doing thousands worth of gift subs, because there are some people well on their way. Several users. Tori is here. I haven't caught a stream in such a long time. I was going to say, seeing your name pop up there, Tori, I thought, oh, it's Tori. And I arrived to hear Peter talking about butter storage logistics. It's pronounced analogistics, but yes, thank you. That sounds about right. Okay, good. I'm glad you feel that you're immediately up to speed, Tori. Pat. So, there we go. today we're playing Little Orpheus. Orpheus as in... Is that Orpheus? One of those. There's some string tune that is referred to as Orpheus because they play it in Titanic, that string quartet. One of them goes Orpheus, and then they set off and start playing that while people run around them screaming. So we're going to be playing that today. Nothing to do with the Titanic, I believe. So this is a game that passed both Ben and myself by, and then I don't even know how Ben heard about it recently. I don't know if it's I don't know how he heard about it, but he heard about it and he said to Fraser Porter from Cultaholic, but also from TripleJump, he's a multi-team kind of guy. He said, hey, you reckon we can get in touch with the publisher and get a code, even though it's past its release date? And Fraser was like, I'll find out. And he did, and I think he did he do a quip scope on it? I'm not sure if he quip scoped it or not, but he certainly talked about it briefly on What We're Playing on the podcast. So I saw this chat happening in our office chat, and I was like, I've not heard of this either. And so I had a look at it, and I said, Fraser, do you think they might give me a code as well, and I can stream it? I'd like to stream it. It looks nice. So here we are, Ben and I both playing a game that I think came out on PS4, and I don't know how long ago, but it's going to be good. So we're going to have a lovely time, and I only know a little bit about what to expect. Ben touched on it, as I say, in a What We Play In, and I don't think we have done a quip scope on it, but maybe we have. I don't think we have. So yeah, I know a little bit about the story and what the gameplay is like. I don't think it's very challenging. There's probably going to be a lot of kind of commentary, kind of monologue stuff going on in-game, so you might not hear as much from me today as you normally would if I'm having to frequently pause to let the game speak, but I think we're going to have a good time today. So it's one of the rare occasions I'm going into a game completely blind, other than, as I say, knowing roughly what the story is, and loosely what the gameplay is like as well. But there we go. So we've got a subscription from Inalancer, a person whose name is one of those name pronunciations that I forget every time. And then I say, how is it Inhale Answer or is it Inhale Answer? And then you tell me, and then I say, okay, great, and then I forget. But thank you very much. Hello, Peter, and all. That's 5 months subscribed now. Thank you very much indeed. That's almost half a year. So congrats to you, and I think you get a new Billy badge on your name after being with us for 6 months. You're currently on a bronze 3-monther. I think you get your silver after 6 months, or maybe it's yeah, that's right. And then 9 months is a 9 months is diamond. So I don't know how it works, but you get a new one at some point. So good luck with that. Enjoy it. So, first time Pete, in Alanza. I think that's what I said. Well, yeah, I don't know what order I said it in, but good. Excellent. Should we play a tiny little bit of Little Orpheus? Yeah, let's. So, I go over to... I grab my controller first, launch the game. There we go. I've got the game a little bit louder than I normally would have on a stream, just because I think, as I say, there's a fair bit of sort of monologue in this, but if it seems too loud, then do let me know, and I will dip it down. In fact, it feels loud to me right now. I don't know if that's... I think I will bring it down slightly already. I'm doubting myself. I did do a test beforehand, but yeah. So thank you to the Chinese Room for supplying a code for this game. That's the developer and or publisher. Not or, might, but maybe and. Settings, can we put some subs on? Yes, we can. On. English UK. Oh, that's nice. Not going to be sticking Zs in all the words. Rewards, episode select. Let's go. gonna tweet saying we're live.
Our comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov. In 1961, you were selected for the Shukovgrad Interalnaut Exploration Programma SSSR. Despite failing your basic physical and being caught cheating on your entrance exams, on the morning of the 12th of April 1962, you
Just after my
ordered
birthday.
a rocket drill containing the experimental device Little Orpheus, with the purpose of descending through the Earth's crust to discover the relative hollowness of the interior and its suitability for colonization.
No, you've lost me, General. Did I do what?
You and Little Orpheus were dropped into an extinct volcano to drill to the center of the Earth and find out if we could establish a city there. Note, if you will, that this date is over 3 years ago.
Okay. So we weren't really supposed to be on our sort of submersible machine. And we're now in the hollow earth. Left and right to move, left and right. Oh, he's limping. I was going to say, when he first started moving, I was like, oh, he's a bit slower than I expected, but he's got a little hobble on. Oh no, look. It's all brokey. So Little Orpheus is the name of the ship, right? Well, I say ship, you know, the device. OD Lars has subscribed via Prime for 29
Ivan
months.
Ivanovich, can you describe Little Orpheus to me?
I'll just say, the story of Orpheus is my favourite Greek myth. The musical based on it, Hades Town, is blooming brilliant. So when do we soothe Cerberus with music and fail to trust our girlfriend? Well, that will be coming later on, I'm sure, Odie Lazarus. Thanks for subscribing for nearly 30 months now. 29 months via Twitch Prime. Here we go.
Of course. It was large and round and had something of a disagreeable smell.
I was referring to its technical specification.
Well, General, I am no man of science,
Oh.
but it had this radio thing that I was supposed to use to let the surface know I had arrived, and some sort of battery wrapped in this lead box. But I was told to not touch anything under any circumstances, and I did notice the engineers who worked on it were quite a shifty bunch.
Look, it's a massive drill in the background. So we're pressing X to jump. That's good. How can our flat Earth be hollow? That's insane, says Mr. Black. That's a good point, actually. You can't be. Well, maybe just within the thin crust, there is just somewhere inside that flat bit with gaps in it.
The Little Orpheus device contained a radio transmitter
Climb up or
capable
down.
of sending a signal through miles of solid rock. In order to boost this, a powerful energy source was required. An atomic bomb, Comrade Privalov. An atomic bomb that you have lost
Oh.
somewhere below the Earth's crust.
Oh.
Yes, that bomb. Of course, General. I can explain everything. But it is a long and somewhat complicated story. And let me assure you, this is not a case of milking chickens. But you won't understand where your bomb and Little Orpheus has ended up unless I start at the very beginning and you let me tell you where I've been for the last 3 years.
Oh dear, there's a bomb missing. Oh. Just climbing up to the top to see what's up here. This seems like... Oh, see, I could jump over there, but is this... What was down here? Anything? Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Okay. I thought I'd found something exciting. I've missed these simple side-scrolling games. I mean, admittedly, I'm thinking a bit more about Limbo and Inside, and I guess to an extent Little Nightmares and Trine and stuff like that. And all of those have what I, again, based on what I've heard from Ben, more puzzly aspects to it than this game does. I think this is
the beginning, then.
Slightly more. It's not a walking sim, but it on the spectrum of walking sim to very complicated side-scroll puzzler. I think it's a little more towards the walking sim side than something like Limbo or Inside.
Be good.
Ah,
Good, General. It's more than good. It's extraordinary. And it began
Pterodactyls.
like this.
am I in? No. That's all, folks. Uh-oh. Dinosaurs. Oh. Looks like there is some mild peril in this game, which is good. Excellent. Comrades, to the center. How you doing, Emma? You all
An
right?
extraordinary sight. I realized this must be the fabled land of Plutonia, as documented by the brilliant scholar Obruchev. A trail of destruction carved by the rocket drill led down into the wild and mysterious jungle. The rocket drill itself must have snapped in half somewhere below Kamchatka, and Little Orpheus bounced out and became lost in that prehistoric forest. If I was ever to get home, my mission was clear: to find Little Orpheus.
Oh boy. Look, it's a big flower, big stinking lily. They smell of rotting meat, I believe. Oh, this is lovely. I wonder if I can sprint. No, I can
I
duck.
steeled myself and plunged deeper into that prehistoric jungle where insects the size of dogs buzzed around.
Dogs. What sort of dogs?
I beg your pardon, General?
Large dogs or small dogs? Big like an ovcharka or small like a barlonka?
Does it really matter?
Of course. Detail is all important.
Ovcharka then, General. The size of an ovcharka.
I find that very hard to believe.
Would you find it easier if they were the size of a balanka?
No. But I am enjoying your attempts to persuade me.
It's been a while since I've played something that's kind of clearly quite dialogue-led in this way. You know, coming off the back of Pac-Man World and a couple of other things I played recently, it's quite nice to have something to actually just sit and listen to. Oh, hello. That was fun.
Another part of the rocket drill. But still no sign of Little Orpheus.
Oh, sweet Nelson. Okay. Oh! Keep moving. Oh! QTE. Okay. I made it. There was dialogue in Pac-Man. They said waka 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 a lot. This is forgotten media. They did. And also, actually, they said things like, oh, all hail Talkman. And, you know, hey, thanks for saving me, Dad Pac-Man. I am your son. Good luck fighting the boss. And hey, I'm Pac Dog. Woof woof. I remember all of that dialogue. It stuck with me, clearly. Oh, hello. Jeez. He's doing all this with one hand. Oh. Hello, sir. Or madam. Man, that is absolutely enormous. That's way bigger than they were. Look how big that is. That's off in the background and it's still...
Huge beasts.
Jeez.
Larger and more ancient than any known to our modern times. Could it be that Obrachev was right? And deep below the Earth's surface, prehistoric monsters still roam freely.
Yes, but Little Orpheus.
Oh. Wouldn't that be amazing though if there was a hollow Earth and inside it there were dinosaurs? And we'd probably do terrible things there if we discovered that. We'd like, you know, try and farm them for meat and just, yeah, it wouldn't be good for them. Or us, probably. It's a brachiosaur. It is, yeah. Delicious Steakosaurus. That's very good. I like that. Oh boy. Hello there, madam. Oh, it roared me off the log. We should open a zoo where we could visit them, like a park from the Jurassic Age.
Making a snack of me.
It's a good idea.
None other than the most awful of the monsters.
Billy and the Clonosaurus.
Oh, now you are an expert on dinosaurs.
Hardly an expert, General. Just educated by the best schools in the world, like all good socialists. And I remembered one crucial thing.
I'm listening.
Well, its greed is without bottom, its hunger is ferocious, but its brain is absolutely tiny. So, it can roar and roar as much as it likes, but it will never be a match for the sharpened mind of the good Soviet worker. All I needed was a plan to outwit the monster.
It's a tale about a futuristic amusement park where dinosaurs are brought to life through advanced cloning techniques. I call it Billy and the Clonosaurus. Oh. Timmy Rex. Yeah, I got Tyrannosaurus wrecked. Press and hold circle to do what now? Oh, to interact. Oh, square. I can't read. Move left and right. Uh-huh. This is nothing at all what I expected from this game based on hearing Ben talk about it, Samuel B. Musics 98 says. I mean, I watched the trailer, so I knew it was like this.
And surprised to find in that clearing
In terms of presentation.
the last part of the rocket drill. More shocking was the fact it had been ransacked. Someone had made off with the tools, the weapons, the rations, and the spare parts for the Pragviev. I began to suspect foul play.
Oh no.
Perhaps Little Orpheus was not lost at all, but stolen.
By
All I
who?
could do was follow the trail further into Plutonia.
We're in a dinosaur land. Who's gonna nicked anything? This is nothing at all what I expected from the game based on hearing Ben talk about it. Maybe I was primed going in before I heard him talking about it. As I said, I'd seen the trailer, so maybe. But yeah, this is sort of what I expected. Well, its vision is based on movement, so... Oh. I am aware, by the way, before the chat goes off, that its vision was not in fact based on movement. They had ordinary vision, but they had an excellent sense of smell. These are definitely way bigger, though, than they actually were in real life, in history. I guess being down in Plutonia makes you grow big. It'd be good for me.
So we all agree this was the fabled land of Plutonia, do we? I don't remember accepting that.
I will admit it might not have been Plutonia if you are prepared to accept the dinosaur.
This isn't a negotiation, Ivan Ivanovich.
General, you can disagree all you like, but there's very little you can do to persuade me it wasn't a dinosaur.
I might not be able to persuade you, but I can always have you shoot.
Nothing down there. Oops. It can smell movement, says Mr. Black. That's true. That's how good its sense of smell was. It can smell movement. It can taste time. Oh. And it can hear fear. Don't move ever, says Puck George. Oh dear. No. Has it seen me? Oh. No! Now it's seen me. Oh! Saw me again. I didn't realize it could see me as I enter the area. Okay. Be a bit more careful in that case. Oh! Jeez. Nearly missed the... Okay, down we go. This is some mild peril, says Pup George. It certainly is. Why are T-Rex type enemies also so into eating us? Pretty sure they wouldn't even bother trying to eat us. We're all just skin and bones. Yeah, but isn't that what most stuff is? I suppose there are some animals that are much meatier. But they were scavengers, weren't they? Partly. I think they also hunted, but I think they're believed to have partly been scavengers. Occasionally cannibals. And, you know, they'd probably get something out of us. They would just swallow us in one piece or two. Bones and all. I think they're like hyenas. They could eat the bones. What's his movement pattern at the moment? Oh, does he look down and look up? Oh, nice. I can hide in the tree, can I? Or do I wait here? Ah, yeah. Okay. I like this. Demented Space subscribed via Prime for 18 months. Congratulations on having 2 babies there over 18 months. Ooh. Okay, I think we're all right. Oh! Oh, I didn't even see what I was reacting to there. I just pressed the button. A tree fell. Oh, I think he might be after me. Oh, too busy looking at the chat. Oh no. Oh Christ, I'm an Eggman now. Egg boy. Oh, can I Can I duck to become an egg? Oh no, I can't. The music! Oh, it doesn't go backwards, but... It's dynamic music tied to my footsteps. I love it. Oh, that is good. I love that. I really like that. Oh. Oh. I'm such a sucker for like dynamic music in video games. Anything that where the score changes or does different things depending on your actions is like an instant hit for me. Goes all the way back to the Diddy Kong Racing days.
You hid in an egg.
Yes, General. I hid in an egg.
I am glad to hear your military training was not wasted. If only I had a single legion of men as brave and ingenious as you, with only 100 men equipped with eggs to hide in, we could roll across Europe in a day.
General, are you mocking me?
You are as sharp as you are brave, Tavarish.
Ah, sir, you flatter me. Look at those delicious mushrooms. They look like they would go down a treat. To die for, some would say. Oh. Why big face on floor? So there's a civilization down here, or has been a civilization. Oh, duck. Has been a civilization down here at some point. Am I going up to the left? Oops. Apologies. Can't get these swinging. You have to just do them statically. There are some ones that the game will swing for you, but you can't swang into tomorrow yourself. Look at these platforms held up by vines. It's beautiful here. The light shining down on this block of stone. Thank you, game. You didn't need to give me the control prompt. I would have worked it out. I appreciate your environmental cues. Giant statue walks into a bar. The barman asks, why the big face? Got some competition, Lord Brotovich. You got to do some statue jokes. No, don't worry. Probably already got the dinosaur jokes all lined up, I'm sure. Oh! Oh boy. I didn't do it. Say the line, Bart. TP, I saw the tweet from the TJ account about the stream. Are you sure you... TP, I saw the tweet from TJ account about the stream. Are you sure the tagged account was right? What do you mean? You mean the hang on. Oh, that's weird. What? That's really weird. Oh, man. Because I checked... Oh, that's so weird. Because I checked this. I typed in the Chinese room into the search bar. And it came up right. Oh, but they're at Chinese room. Oh, that sucks. Well, I appreciate you pointing that out to me. And just so... Because they did actually say to let them know that we were streaming. So that really sucks that I seemingly got the wrong account. I tried to do my due diligence because I was like, you've got to be careful just doing that because that... Exactly what has happened happens. But I thought I checked it. But I guess I just misread what I checked or something. I don't know. That sucks. Okay. I'm going to retweet it out, though. Let me just save the thumbnail so I can retweet it. Delete that. Can't believe I've gone all day without realizing that that's wrong, but never mind. So it's just at Chinese room rather than the. It's because their account is called the Chinese room, but their handle is just Chinese room. I'll do another tweet. Little Peter is currently live with Chinese Room's Little Orpheus on twitch.tv/Team TripleJump. Tweeted. Lovely. Well, I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, Psylog. Man, that's annoying, but now they know. Mr. Black is saying it's the Chinese room F. Yeah, no, that's not right. I think it's just at Chinese room. In fact, I didn't actually thoroughly check that was the right one. I just saw that was also an option and went with that one in my haste. But yeah, it's BAFTA winning studio, Dear Esther, Amnesia. Everybody's gone to the Rapture and Little Orpheus. So I think that's the one. What a shame. Anyway, we're back. I'm more annoyed, not that I did that, but that I did that having tried to make sure that I didn't do it, you know?
I still struggle to believe it. A whole lost city, buried in that jungle deep below the crust of the earth.
Oh.
Who would have thought it was possible?
Who indeed? It is, of course, a shame you didn't think to record the moment for posterity and help us all to get over our disbelief.
But I did, General, I did. My training was excellent, and I immediately took out my komsomolets and began to document all I could.
Right. Is that what we're going to do now? Oh, so I could either... Oh, look at this. Also, I can pull this to the right, and I could try and climb up to the right, but I don't think... Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to reach it from here, but up above, there is a block of wood that I think has a vine attached to it. Yeah, see? So, I remember when the Facebook page for my Forgotten Media website was incorrectly tagged in a post thanking everyone for their part in some film project. I'll take the thanks, but I have to warn you that I wasn't there. Yeah, it happens a lot with vidiots. Not so much that people tag... they don't tag other people when they mean us, but they tag us. Some people tag us when they meet with their... oops, they're looking for like the video shop in like San Francisco or somewhere, or LA. So look at this. We push this one. It's got a little bit of dangle on it.
So, where is this camera now, then?
Ah, General, yes. What of course I meant to say was my training was excellent, and I immediately reached for my camera, only to realize it must have been torn from my utility belt in the crash and lost forever in that forgotten jungle.
Oh yeah, random lady Liz Trussell was getting a lot of traffic on her @LizTruss Twitter account recently. Yeah, she was. Oh dear. But she was going with it as well. She was like replying to stuff, I think, wasn't she? Yeah, that's good.
Horrendous beast had returned and was hungry as ever.
Perhaps it was angry it had been fooled by an egg-wearing idiot.
That is unkind, General. It
General?
may have been small of brain, but it was grand of stature.
Whereas you, Ivan Ivanovich, are lacking in both departments.
Whoa!
Presuming
General's
there
so
were
mean.
no more eggs to hide in, did you have a new plan?
I did, General.
Please, do tell me, what was this brilliant plan?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I did. I started running to the right.
General.
I was pretty accurate, actually. Yeah, I started running to the right because I was in a video game, and I knew, in side-scrollers, you run left to right. Look how flippin' big this thing is. Oh! Not really sure what's holding those vines up, but never mind. Keep running. Oh! Oh man.
Will our intrepid yet doomed hero survive the jaws of the ferocious dinosaur? Will he meet his end, miles underground as an aperitif for a ravenous raptor? What dark secrets could be buried in the lost city of Agatha? Will the General ever discover the location of his lost bomb? All of these questions and more will be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
Oh man! What? So the credits run after every episode. That's great. I like that. Oh, it gives me a chance to catch up on alerts and stuff, I suppose, if I ever find myself in that situation. Code by Louis DeWet. There. Wet Louis to his friends. Well, that's great. Thanks everyone for watching. No, don't worry. We're going to carry on. That's wonderful. Sort of pulpy. Comrades to the center. The everlasting... Oh, I didn't press go. It just did it. The Lost Recordings mode is now available. Revisit Ivan's adventures and discover the new orbs scattered throughout to unlock exclusive behind-the-scenes content and hilarious outfits. Oh no, look, it's that... Is that dog that they sent to space that never came back? What does it say? Oh, I can't read that. It's in the Russian alphabet. The everlasting of the mink. What's going to happen? King Kong is going to save me. Oh, okay. It's as simple as that.
What luck! What a miracle! One moment I was rushing into the fetid tonsils of that horrible monster. The next, I was plummeting downwards to the jungle floor beyond its reach. I prayed I would land on something soft.
Perhaps your head.
But nothing could have prepared me for what was about to unfold. An epic saga of
Oh!
power and revolution.
Well, he would just be
Struggle
dead.
for freedom, the likes of which our world has never seen. And it happened like this.
Oh, we get the credits every time as well, the opening titles. Oh yeah, Laika. Aww. They sent her up there and they didn't bring her back. It's tragic. At least the chimp came back. I mean, it's messed up that they sent a chimp up there in the first place, but I saw some like archive footage of the chimp that they sent to space recently, and it was just properly strapped in to basically a sarcophagus. And then it like came back to Earth, splashed down. It must have been absolutely going out of its mind. I suppose they trained it by putting it inside tanks on Earth over and over again, but still. Oh my lord. Oh, you guys might have missed that because it was in the bottom right. There was a flipping little blue gremlin character there. Oh look, is the one over there? You see by that pillar? There you go, you see? They're watching us. Oh, they're here. It's probably very reductive and prejudice of me to call them blue gremlins. They're not little at all. It was just
strange, gentle monsters who towered above me.
Yeah.
I could only guess.
It was just very close to the camera, the first one, and I couldn't tell if it was really close and small or bigger and further away than it looked.
The tribe of the Menf, an earlier race of people. But why were they so fearful of those ancient gates that lay just beyond their village? And why did they seem to recognize me? Why?
Oh dear. The annoying things. They are a bit crazy frog, aren't they?
No, a как же, General? Who was I to question such things? Trapped as I was
No, a
deep
как же.
underground. I was more curious, I must admit, about the location of Little Orpheus.
Oh. Is this one gonna get me? Oh. Okay. Yes, sir.
You talk of a great city, a mighty power. Yet your nymph squatted like savages in huts at its boundary.
They did. And the answer to that mystery lay beyond my grasp
Oh.
at that point. Because it was a wonder, it truly was.
No, wait, it's the aliens from that Blue Dabba Dee music video. Yeah, it could be them. All I know is that what they would really benefit from is the British Empire rolling into town and saying, hey, allow me to civilize you. Right? I hope you note the sarcasm there.
I hope I may one day see it myself.
Oh, General, if only you could. Unfortunately, as I shall explain, should you seek Agartha now, you wouldn't find it. It has been utterly destroyed.
Oh dear. In true Uncharted style. Do they all have archetypal character traits which they're named after, including one who has the personality trait woman? Says Pup George. Yeah, they are a bit Smurfy. Need a few missionaries around here.
Utterly destroyed?
Utterly, General, a tragic loss.
A convenient loss.
I imagine archaeologists weeping as I tell you. But most importantly, before we continue, you must understand one crucial fact about its destruction.
Which is?
It wasn't my fault.
Allow me to bring you back to the British Museum, says Lord Protovich. You will like it in London, I assure you. And they will like all of your things. Your vases, your statues. They will go down a treat with the aristocracy. Do you have any big game I can kill? Oh no, they're all weeping and moaning. Hello? Oh, this is a bit horrid. I've gained an ally. Do you have a flag? Oh no! Oh jeez. Oh no, has he been assimilated? Oh. Bad times.
Unfortunate Menkf, trapped and kidnapped and dragged away, only to return as vicious foot soldiers to some unknown tyrant. And yet, there was something familiar about the Shtukovna they were forced to wear on their heads, which I was sure were being used to control and enslave them.
And what was that?
General, it curiously resembled
Oh, I
the
can go into
radio
that.
sets I used to tinker with as a child.
Radio sets?
It was very curious.
It was very curious.
It was extremely curious.
Is this the sequel James Cameron was too scared to make? Hey, he's making it. It's coming out soon, isn't it? And we're all supposed to be very excited to be exploring the oceans of Pandora. It does at least have, oh, steady. David Thewlis in it. Professor Lupin. Love that guy. Okay, we've got a ball coming. Yeah, there are like 4 sequels coming. It's crazy. I barely cared about the first one. It wasn't actually a very original story, was it? Just military assholes roll into town and make life unpleasant for the local population. It's really not that inspired. You know, people made all the Pocahontas comparisons at the time because, you know, one of the white men fell in love with one of the indigenous population. But, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that it was, you know, it was a very beautiful film. It was, you know, a lot of eye candy. Nice, you know, CG and stuff. If it wasn't for that, Avatar would just be absolutely nothing. It would be unoriginal.
An ancient technological metropolis, powered by a glowing resin, carved from the very earth?
A glowing resin carved from the very earth. Do you see, General?
I fear you are about to enlighten me.
Let's be honest, it only made the money it did because 3D, says Deadeye Minis. That's right, yeah. I remember really specifically in Avatar.
Little Orpheus must have been drained by the impact, but whoever had stolen it and brought it here was no doubt planning to use the Agarthan resin to charge up the atomic bomb, restoring the device to its full potential. What sort of man would come up with such a monstrously reckless scheme?
Perhaps the type of man who has such limited understanding of atomic energy that he thinks an ancient metropolis can be powered by shiny marbles.
Rude. I remember watching... I didn't watch Avatar on in the cinema at the time. I actually got lent a copy of it by my physics teacher, which is... Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe I should stay down there and do that again. My physics teacher... I was in sixth... Oh, whoops. I was in sixth form at the time, so, you know...
Little Orpheus must have been drained by the impact, but whoever had stolen it was no doubt planning to use the agarthan resin to charge up the atomic bomb, restoring the device to its full potential. What sort of man would come up with such a monstrously reckless scheme?
Perhaps the type of man
we've
who
heard
has
this.
such limited understanding of atomic energy that he thinks an ancient metropolis can be powered by shiny marbles.
Shiny marbles. Okay. Yeah, I got lent a copy on DVD or Blu-ray or something, and I remember watching it not in 3D, and seeing the bits that were clearly made for 3D, including a bit where they were, I'm pretty sure this was Avatar, maybe it was something else. They were in like an ocean or a lake or a river or something, and all these fish were swimming. It was like a top-down view of all these fish swimming, and some of the fish were passing in front of the letterbox, the widescreen black bars. And that was done on purpose as a gimmick, obviously. It didn't happen by accident. So you had like the action happening in the widescreen and then the black bars, but then some of the fish were like going in front of the bars. And it was like, come on. So gimmicky, you know? Okay, so... Okay. Oh no, I died!
Little Orpheus must have been drained by the impact, but whoever had stolen it and brought it here was no doubt planning to use the agarthan resin to charge up the atomic bomb, restoring the device to its full potential.
There we go.
What sort of man would come up with such a monstrously reckless scheme?
Perhaps the type of man who has such limited understanding of atomic energy that he thinks an ancient metropolis can be powered by
shiny marbles. CJ is on fire 85, subscribed via Prime for 30 months. Thank you very much indeed, CJ. I thought it looked very nice and I forgot all about it about 5 minutes after leaving the cinema, says Puck George. Well, some people didn't forget all about it 5 minutes after leaving the cinema. It was a recognized psychological condition at the time. I think it was called Avatar Syndrome or something, where some people were getting genuinely, like, depressed that they didn't live in such a wonderful world as Pandora. And a lot of people were, like, contacting doctors and psychologists and stuff, psychiatrists at the time. If I just stand behind the shiny marble, can he not see me? No, he can't. First time I saw it on a small screen after watching it at the cinema, I was so disappointed. However, I don't dislike it. If it wasn't so overhyped and overrated, it would just be a solid sci-fi action movie. I mean, that might be the case. I've only seen it the once. Maybe it did have more going for it than an unoriginal story and some 3D, like, eye candy. But, you know. Even the whole arc about him learning how to fly one of the bird things is very done. I remember that happening in Dinotopia. which did actually have David Thewlis in it, incidentally. Oh, steady. Is that right, or am I meant to be getting inside the cage? Don't know. I'm just trying to get past this guy, maybe. Just jump to the right. Okay. I wonder what happened to the hundreds of thousands of plastic 3D glasses, says Psylog. Well, I think I know. I think they ended up buried in the ground. Which is ironic, really, given the sort of ecological message of Avatar about how we should all connect with the Earth. Excuse me? Oh! What was that first pterodactyl carrying? Was that the bomb? Or was that little Orpheus?
I am curious, Ivan Ivanovich. You talk and talk about this great subterranean city, yet what you describe sounds strangely familiar. It does in some way bear an uncanny resemblance to the glorious architecture of Comrade Alexei Dushkin. Wouldn't you agree?
Danet, General. I have never heard of this great Tavarish Dushkin or his works.
Interesting. Because you were photographed on the steps of his marvelous Vysotka na Krasnich Varotach, shaking hands with the Glavny constructor.
That was the chief designer? The sweaty little fat man with the bad hearing?
Mind your mouth, Ivan Ivanovich.
Hmm.
And don't think you can distract me by slandering one of the great visionaries of our time. Without him, neither of us would be sitting here now.
I must remember to thank him for that, General.
I have been wondering for the past, almost the entirety of the game, whether we're dealing with an unreliable narrator here. At first, it just seemed like I was telling the truth, because here we are witnessing it, so we know that it's true. Oh. Hang on. Can I climb out? Oh, I can climb out of here. Okay, so that's fine. I understand. Yeah, first I thought, well, what we're saying is true, because here we are seeing that it's happening, but I think we're seeing the story that we're telling, and potentially the story that we're telling isn't actually true. Do I have to... Oh, okay. Didn't know there was a delay on it. Okay. Run, run, run. Whoa. Yeah, so maybe we're telling lies here, and this isn't actually what happened. I only just entered this area, didn't I? Gone to another transition screen there. Ka-chunk. Oh, here comes a ball. Shiny marble.
Those enslaved mink were trying to stop me. I was sure of that now.
I find myself sympathizing with them, I must admit.
No, General, then I have failed to win you over.
Uh-huh. A point of agreement at last.
Have I turned on this tram thing? Oh, okay. I've moved that chain out of that cage out of the way. So possibly if I drop another one of these now, it will come down and power the tram. So that's what I'm hoping anyway. So that comes down here. Oh, or do I have to do it? I have to do that and then run up and do it. Yeah, this will be it, I think. I hope. Let's see where this ball goes. There we go. Oh, barely made it. And then we roll this over here. Thank you very much, Maz57, for subscribing via Twitch Prime for 16 months. And we just simply walk along with the tram thing. Oh, it stopped me. Oh, I was at the end of a ledge. I had to jump. I just suddenly stopped running.
Were trying to stop me. I was sure of that now.
I find myself sympathizing with them, I must admit.
No, General, then I have failed to win you over.
Uh-huh. A point of agreement at last.
There we go. Wonderful.
I must ask again, General. Are you mocking me?
That would be unprofessional, comrade.
I will try harder to convince you then. It is, after all, a cautionary tale of unleashed tyranny.
It is a cautionary tale of unleashed idiocy. But please, do continue.
I've not yet decided whether we'll play this in full or whether we're just doing a little one-off taster stream for this game. I will certainly play the game in full myself because I'm enjoying it very much, but Spook Month starts next month. And it's the kind of game where, oh no, it's the kind of game where I think people will get as much out of it by playing it. You know, if you sit and watch me play the game and you know all the story, there's not enough like gameplay that happens on a kind of an individual level, if that makes sense. You know, there's not enough gameplay for each individual player to get out of it, having already seen the story. So it might be better for one and all, if those who are interested, maybe pick up the game and have a go. Oh. It seems to be gaining on me. Oh! I've got my own one now. Spook Month starts in less than a week, says Lobrotovich. That's right. We have to do a
from the cable car onto a plateau
spooky
at the
art
center of the
stream,
city, where a palace, a vast acropolis, stood. I was reminded of Chelyabinsk Sorok.
May I ask how you know of Chelyabinsk Sorok?
My Aunt Masha was a traveling tinker who married a beef investigator from Zlatoust. She told me of a secret but wonderful city in the west. An edifice of sheer power, humbly serving the will and needs of the people.
Yes, unfortunately, that story didn't end so well.
Oh.
No, that's what Auntie Marsha told me. And perhaps that is why I was also reminded of it. Because the moment I touched the floor in that place, I could tell something was very, very wrong.
Hello, sir. You gonna turn away? Yeah, you go. I sort of get the feeling I'm going left here rather than... Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, just made it.
Began to shake, alarmingly, and the whole city felt as if it was shuddering. I could only imagine what I would find at the heart of the vast temple.
If it isn't a giant glowing marble, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oops. Am I pushing this off, or...? Guess not. There's a chain there. Oh! Whoops. I've got a couple of things lined up for Spook Month. As I say, there'll have to be a spooky art stream. Oh, that was it. There was no... Okay. A spooky art stream, obligatory. Of course. I've got a watch-along stream.
A resin sphere that overshadowed all of the others. I caught glimpses through the twisted architecture. And it was then I saw him. Him? The thief, the enslaver, the tyrant, sucking the power from this wondrous city as he drained the very lifeblood of the ancient civilization and drew it into the atomic embrace of Little Orpheus. With a song in my heart, I raced onwards to stop him.
Oh my god, what's going on here? Wait, what? I was too busy looking in the background. Did I miss something? Oh. I fell through the floor. So we've got Spooky Art Stream. We've got a stream where I would like to watch something. Something haunting, perhaps would be the word, rather than scary. It's not horror. It's an abomination of something close to my heart. A kind of a rip-off, knock-off thing of a beloved franchise. You know, like a straight-to-DVD bit of rubbish. I can't push that left. And then also I'm tempted to try and get hold of one of the, whether it's this year's or a previous year's, what am I doing here? Can I get up to the right? Oh, yes, I can. Haunted Demo Disc. It's a thing that happens every year. A bunch of developers, just indie developers, make PS1 style, in terms of graphics, like PS1 graphical style horror games, or like kind of creepy, like weird games, or like strange kind of creepypasta stuff. And I think there are a couple of years worth available now. I think I can just walk past this guy, right? Yeah. But I think they do it year on year. And yeah, if I can get one of those running, that would be fun. That Goosebumps game you played last year for October was really fun. Well, that's the other thing. I don't know how many spook streams I'll be doing in October, because firstly, it depends how many Mondays there are in October, which I can tell you now. But then also, I am -1 Monday. Next Monday, in fact, next stream isn't on for me because I am away. I might be able to swap with someone though, so maybe I still will be streaming that week. There are actually a lot of Mondays in October. There's 6. Oh, no, there's not. There's 5. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do a. So I'm streaming on Halloween Day as well, so that's worth noting. So hopefully I'll be able to swap my stream next week with one of the other streamers, Ben or Ashton or James, and still do one at some point that week. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Mondays to fill. So actually I should be fine, yeah. So yeah, there's another Goosebumps horror game that was released, I think after the Escape from Horrorland one, which is not as good in some ways, but in other ways is, well, it's certainly well worth playing. It's not a sequel or a... Oh, I don't know whether I'm going left or right here. Probably back to the right. Hope this isn't on a timer. It's not a sequel to Escape from Horrorland. It's a completely different one of R.L. Stine's stories that has been adapted, but yeah, might be worth a go if I can get it running, which I think I can actually. So lots to go at through October. I've got plenty.
Drained of its power, the magical heart of the city cracked, and it sent shockwaves through the world around me. A true monster.
Oh, we're back up.
general,
Okay.
Willing to bring down the mountain itself upon Agartha and bury it forever in his ruthless scheme. I could not save that wondrous place, General, to my shame and regret. But I resolved myself to avenge the men, to recapture Little Orpheus, and to bring that tyrant to justice.
Wow, this guy's a bit extra, isn't he? Oh, he's got... Oh my God. Oops. I thought I pressed it, but apparently not. This guy's legs. Is this legs, or is this just bits of... Oh. I thought I'd missed it. Oh.
Happy 420 BBB Dudes Lord 16 down.
Blaze it, dudes.
I'm always up for a challenge, so I guess here are some statue jokes as requested. What did the visitor say as he left the Statue of Liberty? Keep in touch. Ha ha ha. Did you hear about the marble statue with low self-esteem? She was taken for granite. Hi-e. What would you call a Darth Vader statue? Mannequin Skywalker. Ho ho ho. Did you hear about the guy caught stealing a statue? The robbery was a bust. Ha ooh ooh. Moggy Stone jokes because it's 420.
Yeah.
BBBBBBBBBBBB Dinos BBBBBBBBBBBB Orpheus BBBBBBBBB Little BBBBBBBBB Tiny Peter Blaze it.
Blaze it, everyone. It's 420. That is the sex number, of course. Everyone knows this. Thank you, Labrotovich, for your excellent jokes. Stone jokes. Thanks for the bits, of course. Best joke of those? I mean, you know, I've obviously... I'm a bit biased, but I do quite like Mannequin Skywalker. I also like that she said, ho 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 dot did you hear about? Because there was no space, so she got confused. The guy caught stealing a statue. The robbery was a bust. That's good. Marble statue of low self-esteem. She was taken for granite. And the Statue of Liberty, keep in torch. That's good too. I don't know. It's hard to choose. Whoa. Hey. Forgotten Media. Spoilers. But yeah, Goosebumps. It's like the mass mutant. Attack of the Mutant. I didn't know it had Adam West in it, though. That's interesting. Thank you, Stephen Skodes, as well, for blazing it. 100 bits there. Thank you very much indeed. BBB Blaze it. We just made it to the end of a chapter, look. I paused it because he was saying, will our hero die next week? Unlikely, but who knows?
Yet careless hero fall forever through those unknown skies. Will he discover the identity of the brutal thief commanding the army of the Menk? What chance does he have of ever returning to his beloved homeland? How long can the general's patience last? All of these questions and more will definitely be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus.
Amazing. So we're falling upside down.
I plummeted down through that weird sky towards a great turbulent ocean that roared and swelled. A ferocious sea that offered no hope of survival. I thought of home and wept, unaware that in an instant, my fortunes would be changed by an event so bizarre, I almost hesitate to tell you. And it happened like this.
Oh, for God's sake. We are in a whale. The ghost inside my...
giant whale?
It was huge, General.
You were swallowed by a giant whale.
I'd say it looks like a regular size, but it's about the only accurately sized animal we've found so far.
Remarkably well for a man who was swallowed by a whale.
I am blessed with a strong constitution, General.
Oh, there's a flipping raft in here and everything. There's no way this really happened. Oh, there's worms. Oh.
And I assume you are now going to tell me how you managed to escape from the belly of this giant whale.
Oh, there's a big dead
Naturally,
fish
General.
there.
And I must say, it really was a fascinating glimpse into the interior life of one of our world's most magnificent beasts. I consider myself a wiser man after this experience.
There's a jetty in here. Oh, look at the way the floor depresses as we walk on it. That's horrid. This makes me feel slightly unwell. Oh, I've got to walk through some sort of sphincter here. Don't worry. There are multiple sphincters in every animal body. There's not just the one that you're thinking of. There's loads of sphincters. You have something like 12 sphincters. I'll stop saying sphincters
I
now.
could perhaps deliver a lecture on the subject to Moscow University Zoological Society, if you like. I only want to help.
The Moscow University Zoological Society has, I suspect, better things to do than listen to the ramblings of a man who claims he was swallowed by a whale.
Oh, this looks bad. Oh,
That is a shame, General. People can be so closed-minded.
I, on the other hand, had little choice but to hear you out. For your own sake, Ivan Ivanovich, I must urge you to be brief.
Absolutely, General. I will tell you directly
Can I
of
make
my
it?
miraculous escape
Oh.
from the belly of the whale.
I thought he was going into the
Simply
background there.
won't believe what happened next.
That is becoming a dangerously overused phrase, comrade.
No. The acid. Look how much acid there is. And we can tell it's acid because it's bright. No, don't do that again. That was what you did last time. You can tell it's acid because it's bright green. That's clever. You have to jump as it's going down because the time you spend in the air is enough for it to have gone down by the time you get there. This whale really needs some Gaviscon, I would suggest, because, I mean, that's a lot of excess stomach acid. He got swallowed by a whale. You won't believe what happened next. Dentists hate her. Squish, squish, squish. I don't like it. This is like that show Batfink they used to show on CBBC on weekend mornings. The cliffhanger, I mean. Yeah, Batfink. I remember that.
A strangely beautiful place. A sort of fleshy wonderland. A glade of polyps and globules.
Oh.
A landscape as awe-inspiring in its way as the forests and mountains of Altai.
Polyp is a horrible word.
My home, General, that I yearned and longed for, and only hoped, as I hope now, that I might one day see again.
I think we're all longing for home at this point.
Oh, with warm slippers, a mug of steaming Sbitzin, and a roaring fire.
Oh.
Not far from home, trapped inside a monstrous fish, with
Mammal.
only the strange and evil-looking worms that infested its gut for company. With only one's dedication to one's country and mission to keep one from falling into despair. But no, General, I could not. I had to escape, to find little Orpheus and my way back to the surface and home.
It's horrid in here. Don't like it. Really don't like it. It's not strangely beautiful. You're a madman. But yeah, I'm calling it. I'm saying there's no way this happened. I mean, I don't mean it's unrealistic that a man got swallowed by a giant whale and met a dinosaur. That's not my reasoning for saying this. I don't believe this. But I'm saying even within the fantasy world of this game, it just all sounds very convenient, and he's sort of coming off as a competent, dedicated hero. He's doing a lot of umming and ahhing. Oh, I've got to fight a worm. I know I haven't, thank God. These worms are flipping disgusting.
Worms, you said, living inside the whale.
Oh, they were horrid things, those worms, General. And most unwelcome, I would say. Parasites. Just the rampant the infestation was, more of the tremendous sizes they grow to. At that point, my thoughts were only of escape.
Oh, I'm purifying the whale's body.
I'm sure you did.
Oh. As if the first chapter didn't remind me enough of King Kong. What with the giant dinosaurs and Hollow Earth. This bit really reminds me of Peter Jackson's King Kong. That I think it was a deleted scene where they fall down they fall down the chasm. In the bottom of the chasm, all the bugs come out. And I don't mind all the sort of giant crickets and stuff. Oh, hello? Am I just doing that wrong? Am I timing that wrong? Don't mind all the giant crickets and like millipedes and things. There we go, I just did it wrong. But there's like those worms, man, that have like 2 layers inside them. And like the little worm head comes out of the big worm head, and it's got teeth and it eats that man. No, that's in the original film, says Forgotten Media. Oh right, I thought that was a deleted scene. Yeah, people are saying that was in the original movie, but... Hello, there we go. Got a first time chat from Palmer Farmer, who says, that's the bit where Jack Black goes nuts killing giant insects. Yeah, he does. And the audio is done kind of weirdly as well. It's very echoey and strange. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to this. It's like quite muted. I don't think he plays any music, or it plays very like gentle music while all these people are dying at the hands of bugs and just getting overwhelmed. And it's horrendous. Oh, I took a risk and it didn't pay off. I thought maybe by the time I left the platform, it would have all gone. But alas. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, God. Oh, no, I'm standing on a sphincter. Oh, God. This guy wants to be careful tugging on stuff inside a whale. You don't know what reflex actions you're going to cause here.
Worms, they made your Nivirayan whale sick.
Wherever they attached themselves, the flesh began to turn grey and die. It was a truly distressing sight.
I've played video games before. I know what's happening
the leeches
there.
wherever I could find them during my escape.
Thanks for chatting, by the way, Palmer Farmer. It's good to have a first-time chat. Always nice to see. Any vets in the chat that can guide Peter through this? Just the far wall. Yeah, what do I do, guys? Apart from pull out the worms. Oh, this is going to alternate now. Yeah, that's right. I've played Magma Cone from Spyro 2. I know how to ascend in an alternating pattern. Just call me a video game pro. Just call me that. Video game pro. Peter Jackson's King Kong is so much better if you start watching it when they arrive at Skull Island. Get out all the unnecessary preamble and you get a much better movie.
In my mind, it was a simple plan, General.
Yeah, I've only seen it on when it's been on TV, it's a sort of a film that they put on Sundays sometimes, isn't it? And unless you're very lucky and they put films on BBC, which they don't tend to do, it's normally on a channel that has ad breaks, it takes up like 4 or 5 hours of the day's schedule, because not only is it a long-ass film as it is, with all of those bits in it, but then you've got all the ad breaks in between as well. But yeah, you've got all the unnecessary guff at the start, where it should literally just begin with, what's her name, Anne something or other, getting the gig, and then it should almost transition immediately to them arriving on Skull Island, because there's a lot of fannying around, even just on the ship. They spend a lot of time on the ship, which is kind of unnecessary.
I would climb up through the whale's throat into its mouth, then wait until it opened it to feed, and swim out.
Ah, yes. Brilliant, Ivan Ivanovich. Only 1 or 2 minor flaws with it.
Yeah.
For example, did it not occur to you that the whale would likely be deep underwater when it ate?
Вы правы, General, but I am a strong swimmer. As a child, my parents would take us to holiday near Irkutsk, where we took constitutionals in the waters of Lake Baikal. In fact, my mother often called me her маленький морской котик.
Excuse me. Oh. Oh no, the Queen! Oh, Christ. Graphically, I almost get...
A giant worm for a giant whale.
I almost get a slight It Takes Two, not It Takes Two, yeah, It Takes Two vibes from this. Do I mean It Takes Two? Yeah, I do. It Takes Two is the one with the dolls, isn't it? It's not the one where they escape from jail. What's the jail one called? Anyway, I mean the one with where you turn into a doll. So it's a bit like that, just I guess in terms of colours and graphical shapes and stuff.
At the risk of repeating myself, it was huge, General.
A Way Out, that's the one I'm thinking. I thought it was called It Takes Two for a minute, the A Way Out game. Yeah, I'm getting some It Takes Two vibes here.
Ivan Ivanovich, your ridiculous plan to escape through the mouth of the whale failing, you would now have me believe you had embarked on some misguided crusade to free it of the worm infestation. To what end, exactly?
When one suffers, we all suffer, General.
How very communist. Oh, wait, how's it got an inside eye? How does that work? What? Oh, I'm inside its eyeball. That's the water out there. But it appears to be trying to track me on the inside of its own eyeball, which is a bit odd, but sure. Oh no. It's tilting.
Your ideological commitment is admirable, comrade, but
I concluded that if I could find the root of the infestation and neutralize it, the whale could mount a spirited counterattack against the worms.
This is horrid. Scarf of Jericho subscribed for 15 months. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, resub time. Turned 35 over the weekend, and just wanted to thank you and the rest of the TJ team for keeping Slain for another year. Also, thank you for playing the whale while I eat my dinner. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel pretty disgusted by this, and I'm not normally... I've got a fairly strong stomach, but this is grim. I mean, I'm not having a go at the developers. It's, you know, it's very well done. Good for them. I'm not saying it's bad, just saying it's gross. But that's... Oh. I keep just preempting the end of that acid fall slightly too soon. Yeah, that's what they were going for, though. They were going for gross out body horror, and they did it well. Even just the noises are sort of turning my stomach a bit. Oh no! Oh god. Where was I supposed to go? Oh, there's a... There is a vine thing there, but how do I... Can I jump up to the left? Yes, I can.
And then, victorious, the whale would surface to expel the remaining poisonous muck and slime from its body. And at that point, I could escape through the nearest convenient orifice. In this case, most likely the blowhole.
That is the most revolting thing I've ever heard.
General, we are Russians. We have withstood the sheer force of nature and history and emerged. And then, victorious, the whale would surface to expel the remaining poisonous muck and slime from its body. And at that point, I could escape through the nearest convenient orifice. In this case, most likely the blowhole.
That is the most revolting thing I've ever heard.
General, we are Russians. We have withstood the sheer force of nature and history and emerged triumphant. An expedition through the nasal sphincter of a gargantuan whale is nothing to us.
That's its brain in the background, I've just noticed. It's pretty gross. I don't want to escape through the nasal sphincter of a whale. I don't want to. I'm gonna be sick. The first part of that music is very Lord of the Rings. It is a bit, isn't it? It goes da 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 da. Here we go. Oops. Yoink! Remove the brain worms. Oh, God.
I suppose you would have me believe that the whale was grateful to you.
Well, General, that would be presumptuous. I doubt it was even aware of my presence. But I had more immediate problems. For if the whale might have been relieved by my actions, the worms were enraged.
Worms do...
Furious.
Worms
Incandescent.
do not feel...
Violently indignant.
emotions.
Demented, General. Deranged.
Enough!
Whoa. Worms do not feel emotions. It's facing me left, but I'm gonna run right. Oh, I'm definitely gonna run right. I'm running right.
Where is Little Orpheus? Where is my bomb? Unless you are trying to dull the whale's that as well.
No, it is not, General. That would be absurd. No.
Where is my bomb? Lick the brain? No, I don't want to lick anything in here.
Where is Little Orpheus? Where is my bomb? Unless you are trying to dull the whale's that as well.
No, it did not, General. That would be absurd.
No, Ivan Ivanovich, you are absurd. Your story is absurd. This whole ridiculous fairy tale is absurd.
I wonder how long this game is. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not playing the DLC on stream because Ben says it suddenly gets really hard for no reason. Or in an unexpected way. Swang. Oh, there's nothing to... Oh, there it is. This whale doesn't seem very healthy, says Adi Pramana. Yeah, I think that's sort of the hook of the chapter. Uh-oh.
Will our our brave yet foolhardy hero escape the furious worm? Will he be doomed to spend his days trapped in the innards of a bad-tempered cetacean?
Please
Where
no.
is the whale swimming to in such a rush? And what will it do when it gets there? Is the general about to lose his temper and order the cosmonaut shot? All of these questions and more must surely be answered in the next exciting episode of Little Orpheus!
A Sort of Fleshy Wonderland is the name. Oh, can I see how many chapters there are? Oh, yeah, I know. Lost recordings now available. So we're on the Battle of Sanikovland. Okay, so how many have we played now? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on to 4. So I'll probably make it through 5 by the end of the stream, which leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll just do one more stream of this at some point, either immediately after. You know, early spook month doesn't have to. We don't have to start with the spooks in the first week of October necessarily. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. But we'll see how we're getting on. And we'll see if I get the flip out of this whale first, because at the moment, I'm feeling queasy. What?
I flew from the whale's blowhole like a supersonic jet.
Oh, that's lucky.
And below me, the ocean became a sheltered bay studded with wild shapes. You will be amazed as my epic journey unfolds. For here, it was about to take a most unexpected turn. And it happened like this.
Oh, we're in the ice level now. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Oh. Right, I'm calling it now. There will be penguins in this level. There will be penguins. I'm saying it. I swear I've not played this game before. I have seen the trailer, but I do not consciously remember any penguins. But there will be penguins. If there are no penguins, I will eat my delicious chocolate-scented acrylic paint on an art stream. Just you wait, round this next corner. Penguin. No, maybe not yet. But there will be penguins. There it is. It's a penguin. No. It's a happy whale. That's nice. We cured it.
It was a beautiful but deadly wasteland. Freezing cold, brutally chilling. Enough to kill a man in hours.
Yet here you are.
Indeed, General. An impoverished childhood playing in the streets of Omsk during those bitter winters had made me hardy.
I thought you said you grew up in Altai.
Ah, General, the life of a poor toy maker's family. We had to move from place to place just to find work.
He said it's a wasteland. Maybe there is no animals there at all, but there will be penguins. Billy? Billy! It's a pink walrus. Oh yeah, Ben posted a screenshot of this actually. I forgot. I'd completely forgotten about this. Guys, BRW, represent. Billy Ray. Okay, well, if there are no penguins, who cares? We've got the raucous hawkus Billy Ray Walrus. He's right here. This game's great. It's pretty. It's engaging, straightforward. And by straightforward, I mean directly right. Hello? What did it just tell me to do? Hold square? That's what I'm doing. Or did it tell me to slide into it? Hang on, I'm going to have to jump in the water. I missed the prompt. I thought it just said hold square to activate. Press and hold square to interact. That's what I was doing. Oh, there we go. He just sort of took a... I don't know. Don't know what happened there. Just as I'm extolling the virtues of this game, it does a slight glitch. Billy! Hello! Ooh. Ooh. Okay, he's not mega aggressive, he's just slightly aggressive. Oh no. It's like Tilt Panic from Crash Bash with the big pink walrus that falls off the ice. It's just like that. There might not be room for penguins in this area if we've got the Walrodi. Oh my lord, they're enormous! Everything's so big in this world. Yeah, there we go. Billy, no. Don't open that door. Ah, here we go. Push, little one. Come on, push. Push. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh, I died. Do I have to climb all the way down? Can I not just... Okay, I'll be safe. Burnham. Oh. It's a little bit funny with some of it. It's like that ledge I kept. Remember on the remember when we were inside the whale, everyone? Remember that? There was a place I died like 3 times in a row just trying to do a jump that it looked like I just wasn't able to make it because it wasn't the right jump, but it was. Oh, okay. I mean that's just me running in. But yeah, occasionally some of the sort of ledge detection is a little bit off, but it's about the only issue I've had. Oh, I can't. Okay, I guess I just run under here? Oh, right, okay, that's fine, yeah. The walrus sounds... Oh! The walrus sounds they're using here come from the same library of walrus sounds that the relevant alert sound does. What is it? The donation alert sound? I'm excited, guys, because you know what? When we get up here, this is where the penguins are going to be. It looks like we're dangling from a giant woolly mammoth there, so that could be dodgy.
Of course, Sonikov himself reported nothing more than a bluish fog on the horizon. Your island may be nothing more than the product of overactive imaginations.
General, consider this. Imagine taking a simple peasant, a pig shepherd, for example, and telling him one day humans would fly around the earth beyond the sky. He would say you were stark raving mad, Saldafon, a ridiculous Kazyol Baradati, a buffoon stuffed into a military uniform, a pridurak, a chochela tuparile.
This peasant of yours had better watch his mouth if he doesn't want to spend his holidays in Solovyetsky. Perhaps you should return to your story.
Oh, crunch. Oh! Oh, wow, look at that.
I could not believe it. A hairy elephant, trapped and frozen in the ice.
A mammoth?
No, General, a hairy elephant. Who would think such a thing could be?
Man, I'd love to see a mammoth. It's one of those things, isn't it? Every so often, it's in the news that, oh, they found a mammoth and they're going to bring it back with cloning. They're going to do it. They, you know them, they are going to do it. It's in the tabloids. Once every 2 or 3 years, there's a story that scientists are going to bring them back through advanced cloning techniques. I have a vivid memory of being, let's see, I can tell you exactly how old I was. 7 years old. And the primary school that I was in had a directly associated secondary school. And we were able, in primary school, we had 1 hour a week where we would walk up the road in a crocodile fashion, chaperoned, to the big school, and we would have IT lessons in the IT suite in the high school, which was very exciting. And when I say IT lessons, I mean they literally just told us how to open Paint, and that was basically it. But I remember the IT teacher saying at the end of the lesson, I don't know why she thought it was relevant to our IT lesson, but we were all packing up and she said, I just want to let you all know that scientists have found a mammoth and they intend to bring it back using genetic cloning. And we were like, what? Okay, wow, that's cool. And we were 7 and thought it was really exciting. And I remember that happening. And literally the same story came out sometime this year. About 2 months ago, it was trending that scientists are going to use Asian elephant and mammoth DNA and they're going to make the mammoth again. And it never happens.
1 foot grimly in front of the other, blinded by the snow, my nose becoming quite blue. My thoughts of home crushed under the weight of the plummeting temperature.
I am bored, Ivan Ivanovich, and sick to my teeth of listening to this.
Yeah, get to the penguins.
Let us speak plainly now. You will tell me.
Let us speak of penguins. They were peddling this news back in the 90s then, says Forgotten Media. Yeah, they were. They're going to fill in the gaps with frog DNA. I believe there are people trying to bring back the mammoth every time they find a new preserved one. I mean, that would explain why the story is, repeated. But if they find a mammoth in 1999, or whatever year it was, yeah, and they try and they fail, surely they can keep trying with that same genetic. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they do have to try again every time they find a new one. But hey, global warming means that loads of interesting things are thawing out in the permafrost in Siberia, including mysterious bacteria and viruses that we are not immune to because they've been frozen in ice for 10,000 years. So we're going to get the mammoth and then all die.
Where my bomb is, or I will have you shot.
I am just getting to that, General.
Shot! Comrade Primal. Shot with real bullets. Fired from a real gun, not some ludicrous Bultavia about lost cities and dinosaurs and mink and mammoth.
That was a hairy elf.
No! I will not tolerate any more! Where is the bomb, Ivan Ivanovich? Where is Little Orpheus?
It was right there.
What?
It was there. At least I realized it must be.
Where?
Here?
On Sonic Land?
Yes, General. Because as the storm began to clear, I realized with a strange excitement and trepidation that I was not alone on Sonic Land.
Okay. There were penguins. Will our hero discover that he was in fact alone on Seneca Land? Don't know why I'm doing the accent. It's an Englishman. It's a British man. Will our hero discover that he was alone on Seneca Land? Find out in the next thrilling episode of... That's not how he talks at all. Little Orpheus. Alright, I need a push thing. Or I just jump up here. And pull lever. It's pronounced lever. In England land. They just give them CPR and it never works. Oh, imagine trying to give CPR to a thawed out mammoth. It's disgusting. Imagine going mouth to mouth with a 10,000-year-old hairy elephant. It's wet in here. There could be penguins, guys. It's convenient, really, that whenever I get to a stretch of water that I can't cross, there's always a raft with a lamp on it, and an oar, and a rubber ring in case I fall in. Oh, that's a big frosty hand. I can see that that is a big frosty hand.
Edward von Toll.
Who?
Of course, I remember reading about his tragic expedition at school. We were taught he had died a hero's death out on the icy wastes, searching for Sanikafland. Yet, what if, in doing so, he had sailed accidentally into the interior, deep below the crust of the world? A fellow citizen of the surface. I had to try and find him.
Okay. Oh. Oh no, a trap. Is there going to be a fellow human here?
Explorer stole my
Not dead, General, but quite insane. Perhaps it was the loss of the arm or the leg, or the long years in isolation. But Toll was clearly mad.
You should have got along perfectly then.
How I wish we had. But no, General. Whatever Toll's intention with Little Orpheus was, I had no time to consider it. I was in mortal peril once more.
Okay. Yeah, that was him holding his own arm. He's mostly armless, this guy. I say it every time, and I always will, at any opportunity. Completely armless. Didn't even need to dodge that one, just did it for drama. Dun, 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 dun. What I want to know is, does this guy have penguins? Because I think we need some penguins up in here, up in this bish.
So, you believe that Toll had somehow enslaved the Mienkiv and bent them to his will?
I do, General. It was obvious. Why else would they serve him? And how else could they be so different from their free comrades? These odd helmets they wore, it was the science of our times. No doubt about it. Although fused with some strange crystal technology I could not recognize. To be honest with you, it didn't seem appropriate to stop and ask them.
Okay. The northern lights in the background. Aurora Borealis. Look away. Thank you. Much obliged. Okay. It is now 1903. That's the time, not the year. And given that I've only just been introduced to what may be the boss of this area, it's hard to know how far it is until the next end of chapter. So I might call it there. But I will say, we'll continue this game. We'll finish it. It's been a lot of fun. It's not very demanding on me as a streamer as well. I mostly just hold right D-pad, do a little bit of jump in, a little bit of action button. But that's great. I like that. And it's exactly the kind of game I thought it would be, and I'm really pleased about that. So thank you very much again to the Chinese Room for sending us a code for this game. Well, sending us a couple of codes, actually, so Ben Potter could talk about it, and so I could stream it. Really enjoying it, and I do recommend it to anyone who likes this kind of thing. You know, if you like this kind of thing, everyone knows if it's up their street or not. You know, the obvious comparisons I've made already: Limbo, Inside, to a certain extent, Little Nightmares. Obviously, there's a bit more dimension in that. This is completely on one plane. But all that kind of stuff, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy playing stuff like that, and so I'm having a great time with this. There you go. So we'll play some more in due course. As I say, I'm not around on Monday next week, but I will try and swap my stream with someone that week so that I am still able to do a stream the first week of October. And we'll probably try and get this finished, get this out the way, and then we can spend the rest of October doing spooks. So that's the plan, but we'll see how it goes. Cultaholic is streaming. Is Andrew actually making Yorkshire pudding? Is that literally what he's doing in there? Because how is he doing that without... Surely he needs like a hot plate or something. Or has he made them already and now he's just tasting them? Anyway, I know Andrew's doing something Yorkshire pudding related. So from one Yorkshireman to another. Oh, he's just eating Yorkshire pudding on stream. Okay. So we'll /raid Cultaholic. You guys can head over there and say hello. Speaking of Avatar and 3D, 10 times fans modded VR into non-VR games, says Lord Brotovich. There you go. So we've got a list out on the channel as well tonight. It's an Ashton one, of course, it being a Monday. So go and have a look at that. And all the rest of it, you know, you'll see us on stream for the rest of the week and things and so on. So go and watch some Yorkshire pudding eating, and I will see you later. All right, then. Bye, everyone.